Gemma. Hi.
From Play to Learn Preschool. And we watched back our video from yesterday. And so today, we are going to be serious.
Very serious.
We have serious business to chat about. There are no funny stories involved.
No funny stories.
We are going to try to keep a straight face the whole time because that was a little bit crazy. Gemma was worried, didn't you say when we were done? You were like, I'm afraid they're going to send people in white coats to come get us.
Yeah.
We were just really cracking ourselves up.
That's really funny though.
It was kind of fun. Okay, so we have been on Facebook Live for a week. This is your fourth? Okay. About a week. And we've learned a few things. So if you're ever thinking about going on Facebook Live, you should pick up where we made the mistake. So first, the very first day, my Facebook Live video, I was so excited because my friends were commenting. And I thought, this is great. And then later, I realized that I was on my personal Facebook page. So that was my first mistake. And then my second mistake is whenever Gemma's not here, I forget to turn the light on. So we've got this cute little light thing so we look like...
We're not really old. We are now.
Does it make us look like we're not really old?
I don't know. I'm hoping.
So do I look really old when I do them without you? Because I always forget to...
No, you don't. Oh, oops.
Exactly. So I forgot to turn the light on. So we look like we're sitting in the dark. And then yesterday, I was telling that funny story about what happened with my 4th grade chorus tryouts. And in the middle of the video, my phone rang. And of course, I'm taping it on my phone. And we just kept talking. We thought, I'm sure we don't want to just sit here and wait for the phone to be done. So
we didn't know if it was going to still be recording us.
Right.
We didn't know.
So we just let it run, and we were talking. I was telling the story, and that's
really
partly
funny.
That's partly why Gemma was laughing too, because she knew the phone was ringing.
Yeah.
And then when we watched it back, we realized it just cut out that whole minute that the phone was ringing, and I was telling the funny story about.
And it was really funny too. So when it comes back on, it looks like I'm just laughing a lot.
And like I didn't.
It was a funny story.
You missed it because my phone rang.
You only had half the story. I mean, it was pretty funny, but.
So those are the 3 things we learned. You missed my funny story because the phone rang. I have the light on today. Yeah. This is going to be like our best Facebook Live ever.
And very serious.
We're going to be serious. Okay.
Serious
Hi.
business.
So today we are talking about how we communicate with our parents. And from the very first day of school when we started in 2005, we have always done this little daily report that I'm going to show you. We send it home with our parents with our students every day, and has notes for their parents about what we've done. Now the format of it has changed. My fonts have gotten better. That's a true story, but
that's a different story.
It's a different. That'll be a different Facebook Live video about my fonts. We changed it a little bit throughout the years to kind of adapt it, but we want to show you what it looks like and just tell you why we think it's important. And then I've also shared a link. It's at the top of the video description. I put the exact form that we use, I uploaded it to my Google Drive. So if you're interested in using something like it, or if you'd like to use it, I made it completely editable so you can change it to suit your own school, and just click on it, download it, and edit. Okay, so why do we think this is important that we send these daily reports home? What do you think?
Because every child you ask, what did you do at school today? And they say, nothing.
Or,
I don't know.
Or I just played.
I just played.
We just played the whole day, which is good. That's what we want, for them to think they're just playing. But we think it's really important that the parents have some kind of a springboard for discussion. So when they get home, if their kids say, we didn't do anything, which wouldn't that be nice? We just come.
Do nothing?
We do nothing. I mean, not nice, but you know.
No.
We just do nothing. We just all sit and do nothing for 3.5 hours, and then we send them home. But of course that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen at all.
If the kid says I didn't do anything or I don't remember, then the parent can read this little note and say, oh, Miss Jamie says that you painted at the art easel today. Can you tell me what you painted, or tell me about your picture? Or Miss Jenna wrote a note that you listened to books with her at the listening center. Which stories did you listen to? So just gives them a little springboard for discussions. Okay, and it's also just a nice way, I think, as a business owner or a school owner, that we can really communicate with the parents that we are with your child, we love your child, we are noticing things about them, and I think it's probably for the parents one of the most valuable things that we send home. Just because we can say, listen, your kid was so cute today, or they said this really funny thing, or you know, help us keep working on drinking from an open cup, or your child's still really struggling to use scissors, make sure that they have an opportunity to have scissors at home and give them some paper, Play-Doh, or whatever to cut with. So it's just an opportunity for us to touch base with the parents and keep in constant contact with them. So I'm going to flip the thing around so you can see the daily report, and we'll kind of show you how we fill it out. And then I'm also just going to show you really quick on my computer how to edit the one that I've linked above. And that's it. And we didn't laugh at each other.
There's still time.
There's still time. We're going to be serious. See, we can also be serious. We're not always a comedy show. Okay. How do you have time? Oh, that's a good question. So this is how we do it. That's a good question before I start. Most of the information is filled in ahead of time. So before the students get here at the beginning of the week, I type what their skill is going to be, what we're doing for circle time because I already have that planned out. I type in what we're having for snack. I type in what we're having for story. So I'm going to show you. Really, we just kind of check some boxes off and write a sentence at the bottom. So let me show you how to do it. I'm going to flip the camera. Hopefully this will work. And okay, let's see here. Okay. How about if I flip the whole thing over? Sorry about that. So that was a little light. Okay, so this is the daily report, and I always use a flare pen because that's important.
Flare pen.
I really do like the flare pens, and I like to choose a different color every day. Anyway, so you're gonna get your favorite flare pen. Mine's purple. Gemma tends to prefer the green. And we just fill in the child's name at the top each day, and we can do that before they get here. And the date is automatically printed, and I'll show you that on the computer. Whatever we're doing for our morning work skill is automatically printed because I know ahead of time. I know circle time ahead of time, I know my snack ahead of time, and I know my story. So the only things we do when the kids are here is during the centers, we each have a clipboard like this. So we kind of carry them around the room. And at morning work, we just circle, have they mastered it, working on it, or it was still too hard. And then during centers, as they play, we just say, oh, they read a book in the book nook, or they did blocks, played at the light table, or whatever. And then the part at the bottom where we write the note, which is usually one sentence, sometimes two sentences, we do as they're eating their snack. So they're eating their snack. Olivia ate all of her apples. This is the story we're going to read. And then we just take a minute to write a little note. We just take a minute to write a little note at the bottom. So either Gemma or I are going to write a little note to the parents. I think I need to clip it in there so I can. Oh, I don't know. It's hard to write and hold the phone. You can hold the phone. Okay, Miss Gemma will hold the phone.
Oh,
and so
I'm not
really,
very good at it. Obviously,
it's
I
all
put my
good.
finger in.
So it's really just one or two sentences, and that's it. Olivia had a terrific day. She loved playing house. That's it. So we have 9 kids. Thanks. So we each, Jem and I each write, 4 or 5 papers. If you have a ton more kids than that, thing so I can do it on the computer. Thank you so much. If you have a ton of kids, if you've got 18 kids or something like that, then you might just do it once a week. Each kid gets one little daily report or one little report each week. But I do think it's really important to send something home regularly so the parents know what they're doing. So this is what I wanted to show you. So this is my, it's in my Google Drive, and I've made it completely editable for you. Mine always says Play to Learn at the top, but if you're at a different school, you can just write, I don't know, Miss Jamie's class, preschool, whatever, and it will fill in. And then it will also fill in on the other side. So I print 2 to a page, but you only have to type it once. And you put the date. Oops. You put the date that you're doing it. You can fill in whatever your skill is, or you can leave that blank if each child has a different skill. You can type in your circle time. I don't know, and whatever your circle time activity is. Now, for mine, I always have the same 8 centers or 9 centers written over here, but I went ahead and made them editable for you just so that it could be so that it would work better for you. So if you don't have a light table, maybe you want to make this, you know, the Play-Doh center or whatever. You can change it. And if you don't have snack, if they're just there for lunch, you know, you can type lunch and maybe even leave that blank, you know, if you don't need to tell them what they ate, like if the parents packed lunch and you don't need to tell them, you know, because they know what they had. And like I said, it automatically fills in, so you could just leave that blank if you want. Just say they ate all their lunch, some or none, and then whatever story you're reading. And I just print them out for the week. So it's, like I said, 2 to a page. I tried to make it really quick. I just cut them apart, and that's how I use the daily reports. So switch back around. Okay. See, put the light so we look like there we go, like we're still awake. So that's how we do daily reports to communicate with the parents each day. Like I said, it's up there. Feel free to download it's a PDF, so you have to download it and open and edit it in Adobe. There are also lots of online versions that you can purchase. You know, there's lots of apps where you can send notes to the parents, which is great. It's just, we've always done it this way.
It really works.
It works, and well, maybe it's just a habit that we have. It works really well. We hate to change something that's working really well for us. So there are online versions if you're interested in it, and I guess you could, you know, purchase the app or the website or whatever. But this works great. So the other thing is, like I said, if people are, hi guys, if you have a lot of kids and you can only do it once a week, then I would say just, you know, fill in a weekly report. And if this one that I uploaded to the Google Drive, if it doesn't suit you, then I cannot make any other changes to it. I'm sorry. I do a lot of things, but I can't customize the daily reports or the weekly reports exactly for your class. So if it doesn't work for you, then print it off, use it as a template to make your own. But please don't ask, I love you guys, but please don't ask me to customize the daily report for each person because I will not be able to do it. Sorry. So that's it. If you have any questions about the daily report or, thanks guys. But I just, like, if people like it or whatever, when we're fine, then we can see who's on the video. So it's nice to see you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow we're going to show you our organization for our thematic materials, and we're still trying to figure out a time for that big class tour. So
the organization one is going to be very interesting tomorrow.
Just a quick little peek into our thematic boxes. So
we just have to choose a good box.
Gemma's so worried that I'm going to open a box that's not organized well.
I opened one today and there wasn't anything in it yet. So we don't want to be like, hey, let's pull down a box and open it.
I think I would open one that I know is really good.
Let's hope.
Okay. Anyway, we'll show you our organization tomorrow. And hope you have a great afternoon.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.